Oh, I'm not subscribed to you, bro. Let me subscribe to that and throw a like on the video because I already know I'm gonna like your shit. Alright, we're watching Worst Jobs in America. Offending Everybody. I need to get better at this shit. I'm not really that good. Still first time, but I'm going for it. Full screen. I just want to say the art style is fucking beautiful. Look at this crazy ass crackhead. He's probably on meth.
You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, that's because I work the worst job in America called Mental Health Therapy Aide, or MHATAs for short. MHATAs work in psych wards and are basically babysitters for adults, feeding them, monitoring them, getting viciously attacked by them! Off of the low...
I bet that's on a fucking daily occurrence they get assaulted, bro.
Pay of 35 grand a year. That's right, for an unlivable wage, you too can deal with the stress of, will I...
35 grand a year to deal with getting your ass whooped by crazy people? No fucking thank you. You're stupid.
I get assaulted today. When I started the job, I had no idea what I was getting into. All they asked in the interview process was, are you okay with mandated overtime? In which they might as well have asked, how poor are you? Because who is okay with being...
That is the perfect and right way to look at that, dog. Mandatory overtime. How poor are you? So I know whether or not I can hire you. So I can force you to work ungodly goddamn hours and then fire you when you say no.
Forced to work. Hey, did you think you were about to go home? Well, not anymore. We're gonna need to watch Billy. Be careful, he's off his meds and loves to bite. My first day on the job taught me what anxiety really is.
Bro, anything with mental health or fucking medical care, I learned from a very early age to stay the fuck away from, because that's crazy people, drug addicts, dumb motherfuckers, people who like to shove shit up their assholes. No thank you.
It started by being dumped on the sex offenders unit and told to take roll call. Imagine all of a sudden being surrounded by 30 psychotic predators and having to talk to every single one of them. Not only that, but as I'm asking for people...
No thank you. No thank you. That sounds like a terrible time.
Those names, all I'm doing is making enemies. Because 90% of psych patients are lazy, drugged up idiots who spend most of the day sleeping.
What did I called it. Called it.
My white ass is just tapping him on the shoulder like, hey, what's your name? Go f yourself. Okay, I don't see yourself here. Is it Jerry? Is that your name? Jerry? But that fear eventually subsides.
People are fucking crazy.
Besides, lulling you into a false sense of security. Now you're much easier to attack. You'll remember to be anxious next time a food trace thrown at your face. It's what you get for opening up their package of bread, sprinkling in rat poison, and putting the wrapper back on, thinking I wouldn't notice. So what's the
Yeah, there's some delusional fucks, and that's why I say don't go to these professions unless they pay a lot fucking more. Hell no, $35,000 a year. No, thank you.
Training like to handle an aggressive patient? Oh, I'm glad you asked. You see, I'm not allowed to hit, tackle, or even bear hug him. No, that's too cruel. All I'm allowed to do is redirect. So if a patient is coming at me with a hammer, all I can do is redirect him away. Which sounds ridiculous, and it is! You think pressing the juke button is gonna make a person forget what they were doing? Where did this hammer come from? And in what part of this do you get the weapon away from the patient?
So, not only you got a crazy motherfucker coming at you, you can't defend yourself. I can see why they would want that, but a motherfucker coming at me with weapons getting punched in the face. This is why I'm not a mental health specialist. Fuck that shit. That's stupid as fuck, bro.
Is Billy now on construction duty? On nails good. You see, what happened was, a few years back, people used to beat the heck out of patients, so they changed the laws in order to protect them. Problem is, they overcorrected, and now patients have too many rights. For example, let's say a patient punches you in the face and breaks your jaw. You know what happens to them? Nothing! No jail, no prison, no hooking up their nips to car batteries, nothing. And you can go ahead and press charges, but like Drake being told no, it's not gonna change anything, because in order to convict, you need
Everybody's going after this motherfucker.
Evidence, and psych wards refuse to provide any in fear of violating HIPAA. You think your pinata face would be enough proof, but sadly, it isn't. I learned this the hard way when a patient named Tommy chomped down on my arm. And you might be thinking, oh well, maybe he was psychotic at the time. No! He knew exactly what he was doing.
He would have got his ass whooped immediately. No thank you.
Tommy is basically an internet troll. All day, every day is spent trying to instigate people. He'll harass, stalk, and pet staff members, all with the biggest smile on his face.
So yeah, like I said, it's a kid that needs to get his ass whooped. This ain't mental health problem. It's a dude that needs to get fucking beat the shit out of. I'm not saying bullying's good, but sometimes some people need to get bullied. And that's probably a kid that needs to get bullied. Not endorsing bullying.
Anyway, one day Tommy starts bothering another patient named Rick, and Rick is
He fucking with the wrong one. He fucking with the wrong one.
not the person you want to f with. Rick has a long history of violence and has been arrested 37 times. 37! I thought after 20 they just say, look, you had your chance. Not only that, but Rick's
I say
fists
after
don't
the
discriminate.
fifth.
He's assaulted police, COs, nurses, so I don't think my pasty ass is off limits. Anyway, I keep separating Tommy and Rick, but Tommy just keeps coming back. Eventually I get fed up and I was like, look, Tommy, I'm not going to tell you again. Either go to your room or I'm going to call the doctor to give you an injection. Tommy responds appropriately by spitting in my...
Let Rick get him, bro. Let Rick get Tommy, bro.
face. And this is where I effed up. You see, instead of manhandling Tommy like I wanted to, I decided to play by the rules and redirect him to the medication room. Problem was, once we got there, Tommy was free to drag me to the ground. And now it's a UFC match. Instinctively, I go for an armbar, but Tommy counters with a chomp to the forearm. Immediately, I hit him in the throat. He lets go, but not before taking a nice little chunk out of me. Eventually, I go to the hospital.
Took a chunk out of you, bro. I would beat the fuck
Thick
out of
nurse
him.
asked, what happens? Well, a hungry patient decided to have a little nibble. Maybe you should have fed him more. Or maybe I'm just a tasty treat. That's when I got a
You're
call from my
dreaming, dog.
supervisor telling me Tommy is HIV positive. Positive!
Oh no, no, bro. You took a fucking chomp out of me and you're HIV positive? We getting that test immediately. If that test comes back any fucking thing of, oh my god, you getting fucking shot in the face, beat down, everybody getting shot. No thank you. This is why I stay away from fucking crazy people in the medical profession. I'm Gucci, fuck no.
Yeah, not only do I get stitches, but I also get that fear rattling around in my brain noodle. Oh, but at least I get a few days off from work. Sure, but it's my own time. That's right, when you get injured, the hospital doesn't give you days off, so I had to use my own vacation time. Some people vacay in Hawaii while I sit home worrying about dying. So I returned to work a week later and talked to Tommy's parole officer, who piled on more bad news, saying that even with an injury requiring stitches, there was nothing he could do. So what do you...
Fuck that. He an ass whooping, bro. Fuck you. Fuck everybody.
think Tommy did once he found out there were no consequences? Did he guess a level
He
up
did
his
it
troll
again.
game? Yep. Turns out giving an a-hole a get-out-of-jail-free card is like giving Drake a preteen, saying, I hope you don't abuse this. And this is just one of many times I was injured at the psych center, not including all the psychological...
That's why he wants to. That's why he's being a dick to everybody. He wants people to fuck him up, and he can give them fucking HIV.
trauma. There was a stretch between
I think it's time to put that man down.
February and November where I was legitimately worried about my life, mostly due to a patient named Tyrone. Tyrone has the three most dangerous qualities of any human. He's dumb as rocks, paranoid, and freakishly strong. He barely even worked out either. He was just built like a gorilla. And it's not even a race thing. If anything, I was the slave in our relationship. Fetch me some water, boy. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. But even with walking on eggshells,
What the
Tyrone
fuck?
would still get furious with me. Mostly because, like I mentioned earlier, he's paranoid! If you just
I wonder how many drugs my man was taking before he got yoinked the fuck up.
glanced at this dude wrong, he'd think you're plotting against him. But luckily, most of the staff knew how to handle Tyrone, which was just to ignore him. Engaging with someone paranoid only fuels their delusion, so the simplest strat is to just ignore him. However, one staff member named Jamal apparently didn't get the memo.
Don't fuck with crazy people. They'll fuck you up.
And starts arguing with Tyrone. I'm trying to separate him when Jamal says, stop talking about something and do it. Now my anxiety is skyrocketing, because if Tyrone starts swinging at Jamal, I'm the best option to get him off, and I'm not a good option. Be like a preteen trying to wrestle Drake. You're so cute and stupid. So I'm begging Jamal, come on man, it's not worth it. But he just has to run his mouth again and say, I knew you were soft. And just like that, it's
over.
time. Tyrone grabs Jamal by
Beating his ass. He said the wrong words. Why can't people... Well, they're all fucking crazy idiots. So, yeah, answer my own question there, I guess.
the neck and just tosses him across the room like he was playing frisbee with an infant, causing him to fly through the air before landing hard on the concrete. Then Tyrone starts charging towards Jamal when out of pure desperation I yell, Chipotle! Tyrone hesitates.
Chipotle? Hey, distract motherfucker with food.
Chipotle, Tyrone! I'll go out right now and get you Chipotle if you leave Jamal alone. Panting, Tyrone goes, burrito. I'm like, yep, I'll get your burrito right now, but you gotta chill, okay? Go to your room and I'll bring it to you. At this point, I could see the gears turning in his head, so with my heart pounding, I looked right at Tyrone and said, chicken burrito. Tyrone looks at me, nods, then heads back to his room.
The dude's life got spared by a chicken burrito from Chipotle. That motherfucker needs to start praising Chipotle.
Staff quickly rush over to help out Jamal, who is clearly fucked up. There's no blood, but he's making this wheezing sound of
Brain
Turns out he
damage.
suffered a sprained forearm, dislocated wrist, and fractured hip. Yeah, all from one frisbee toss.
Holy
he never came
shit,
back to work,
bro.
which was probably for the best, considering he had a habit of instigating the zoo animals.
That's why he got his ass beat. That wasn't the first time he fucked with Jamal. That ain't the first time. Motherfucker was just getting justice, and he saved his life with fucking chicken burrito from Chipotle.
So whatever happened to Tyrone, well, I got good news. He was arrested, charged, and later sentenced to 5 years in prison. I'm kidding. There were no consequences. If anything, Tyrone's bad behavior was rewarded with Chipotle. That's because psych wards aren't fair. There's nothing fair about getting anxiety, being nibbled on, or thrown across the room when you're just trying to pick up a paycheck. So anybody out there thinking about working in a psych center, don't. But if you're poor and have no other option, then just remember, if you can't appeal to someone's mind, then try appealing to their stomach.
Best fucking advice in the world right there, dude. A lot of people change their mind when they're fucking hungry and you got food.
How did you get HIV? The same way as everybody else. A hungry man. Think of psych wards like the Middle East, where the patients are the man and you're the woman. What's the worst job in America? There's a coal miner, Uber driver, hand. I worked as a Mahada for 3 years, and I don't want to say it was hell, because there's a lot of cool people in hell. Prince, DMX, Kobe. There's no one cool in the psych ward. Interesting, sure, but no one I'd take a helicopter.
Yo, you need to chill the fuck out.
Positive. Society looks at a drooling person and sees a problem. Well, I see a solution. We're all thinking the same question. How dumb can a person be before tapping his...
Very, very fucking dumb. You would be surprised. Don't ask that question you don't want to know the answer to. They're fucking stupid.
Illegal. We gotta draw a line somewhere. Can't just be giving out low fives to every grunting girl. So how dumb is too dumb? What if she thinks the earth is flat, or crystals have healing powers, or condoms feel just as good as raw dogging? At what point does her ignorance become a red flag instead of a green light? I asked this because there was a patient at the psych center named Stacy who was aesthetically banging, but mentally a Pop-Tart. Now, I didn't have the
Don't do it, bro.
desire
He
to
did
pet
it.
her untrimmed kitty, but other patients did. Staff would repeatedly catch her playing the who's in my mouth game, which was such a nightmare. Because patients porking will get you in trouble, but patients assaulting will get you fired. And whenever
Wouldn't you think they separate them by sex? Or am I being too fucking old school right now?
the IQ threshold for consent is, Stacy was right on the border. Sure, she could answer basic questions, but her brain came with a built-in buffer, like trying to play Elden Ring on a Chromebook. Anyway, the good news is Stacy was eventually transferred to an all-female unit,
Where she should have been to begin with? What the fuck? What was people thinking?
it was clear no one wanted to taste her seafood. I didn't hear no. Positive? Food. I didn't hear no. Positive? You know what you want to do. Oh, you want to push that subscribe button. Oh, push the button. Push the button.
Bro, what the fuck? Alright. I love it. I appreciate it. That's fucking beautiful. That was wild, and I agree with him. Never work in a mental health care facility unless you're making big fucking bucks. No, sir, that's too much. And what's even wild...